Double Your Coin, a Crossout video by Dangerously Incompetent. I was looking back over what I'd been doing economic-wise in Crossout in 2021. At the start of the year, I had about 270,000 coin. Well, coin plus that much stuff in my inventory, as you can see from this screenshot from an old video. By the start of 2022, I'd increased that to 410,000 coins worth of stuff. That's 140,000 coins of profit. That's pretty good going, isn't it? I was feeling pleased with myself. I'm doing well. Except no, I'm not. In coin terms, yes, I am doing well. 50% increase, not bad. But in real terms, no. In terms of coin, my net worth has gone up, but it hasn't gone up as much as the coin price of resources. Resources prices have doubled over the past year, pretty much across the board. Let's have a look. Scrap went from 3.7 to 7, that's doubled. Copper 2 to nearly 4, doubled. Wires doesn't look so much, but the graphs are odd values, from 7 to 13, that's doubled. Plastic, let's take it here, 33 to, well, here 47, that's up by a half, up by 50%, so not so much as doubled. And 17 to 22 hasn't gone up much for batteries, but electronics, we're back up again. 5 to 7, that's 50%. Uranium, here we go again. 2,000 to 4,000, doubled. So more or less across the board, resource prices have doubled. And of course, when the resource prices go up, part prices go up. Look at the graph. 36 to 66, that's more or less doubled. Doesn't go up so much with the rarer parts. So Colossus, like 400 to 500, not 25%, 30% increase. Apollo, oh look at that, 2,700 to 4,000, not up by doubled, but it's gone up a bit. And I think the rarer the parts are, the change, the increase in resource prices is still filtering through. And of course, the more expensive the part, the more care people take over getting them, and they're not used so much as ingredients like the growl and the rare parts are. So not so many are bought, and there's much more fashionable. Is the parser is OP? Well, you can charge 3,000 for it. If it's not OP, you can charge 2,000 for it. That sort of thing. And then we go into relics, and they have from 20,000 to 31,000. So up by 50%. So not quite doubled in price all over the place, but getting there. It's not quite as bad as all that, because I have spent a fair bit on upgrades, upgrading cabins and engines, stuff I use all the time, and generators and coolers and such. But in real terms, the fact remains I have lost out over the last year. And it's mainly due to my Syndicate debacle, but more on that later. Opinion is divided on why resource prices have risen so much in the last year. Some say the price increase is due to inflation. There's so much coin flooding into the game from the recent battle passes that the prices have gone up. Take last season for example. If you bought the battle pass and got to level 50 in the season, that netted you 1,350 coins. And if you pushed even further and got up to say level 80, another 20 coins per level on that, that's another 600 coins. That's a lot of money. But how many people bought a battle pass? How many people got to level 50 or level 80? It's a lot of coin coming in, but I don't think it's enough to double the resource prices. So I say the coin coming from battle passes is definitely a contributory factor, but I don't think it's the main driver of the price increases. Remember, battery prices have stayed the same over the year. They didn't double as you would expect if inflation had caused everything. And if you look around in paints and stickers, their prices haven't doubled across the board. I mean, it's a bit hard to tell because some of them go zooming up, some of them go dropping down. It's a bit of a grey area. But I do spend a lot of time in paints and stickers, trying to buy and sell them for a profit. And my reading is they've gone up, but they haven't doubled in price. I think the main factor pushing resource prices up is that over the last year, resource demand on the market has outstripped resource supply to the market. More people want to buy resources than are willing to sell them. And that's driven resource prices up. And when the resource price is up, that drives the part prices up because you craft them with resources. And drives the decor price up because it has a salvage value in resources. And if you want to craft the decor in specials and such like, it takes resources. And similarly for the paint price, you craft containers and resources are used in recycling, and then there's crafting specials, all needing resources. And when the resource prices go up, those paint prices go up. Remember, every day a huge amount of resources come into the game from battle rewards. People play missions for scrap and raids for plastic and clan wars for uranium. But most of that actually goes out immediately as people craft the parts from the regular factions and work pieces. It's only the excess resources, a much smaller amount, that actually goes to the market. And during a time-limited crafting event, say a parser is available to craft, it's the new meta, it's OP, I must have one. Oh, I can't farm enough resources in time to craft it, because it's time limited, the ability to craft it is time limited. I'll go to the market and buy them, and the price goes up, because there's the demand there. But when there's no demand for the excess resources coming to the market, the resources pile up and the price goes down, because someone comes to the market and they undercut the offer, and they undercut and they undercut, and no one's buying it, so it just keeps on going down and down and down, and the price goes down. Back in the day, that's what used to happen. Night Riders would come along, everybody can craft Harpy for 2 weeks. Oh, I can't farm enough, I'll buy it off the market, big demand, price rises. Then Night Riders would end, and there'd be no crafting events for 2-4 weeks. And resource supply would outstrip demand, and the resource prices would fall back down again. And now we're coming to my Syndicate debacle. Now I spotted this a year before, that the prices would go up and then they go down and up and down, but I never really taken advantage of it because my wealth was mostly tied up. I did a little bit, but not much. But at Syndicate season came along, I was ready to take advantage and make a big pile of coin. And then make a video about it. The incompetent way to make money in Crossout. Resource speculation. All set. I was looking good forward to this. So during Syndicate, I sold all my resources, and I sold about half of my parts because their prices were high. Resource prices were high, and those parts prices were high. And at the end of the season, I had a big pile of coin all ready to buy back all the resources that I'd sold, and all the resources I'd need to recraft all the parts I'd sold, and still have a pile of coin left over as profit. Only the prices didn't fall. The resource prices just went up and up and up, and I couldn't buy them back cheaper. And they kept on going up. And they've been going up since Syndicate. That's because after Syndicate, there was no relaxation period. There's no period where it wasn't a time-limited crafting event. Since Syndicate, there's been one weekend where there wasn't a crafting event, where there wasn't a season running, or a special running, or an upgrade special running, or a cheap workbench running, or like this weekend, a no delay switching factions special going on. And it's just been crafting event after crafting event after crafting event. So the demand has always been there for resources. There's been no relaxation in the price, in the demand, and no relaxation in the price. And the price has just gone up and up and up and up. I can see some of you reaching for your social media. Greedy, greedy devs! Relic prices doubled. This is terrible. I'm never going to afford one. Price increases are ruining the game. No. Calm down. Not so fast. For most players, the resource price increase is absolutely fine. It's because most players mostly farm their way to crafting the next part. The relic price has doubled, but that doesn't matter because of the price of scrap that you're farming in order to buy it has doubled as well. You're no worse off. It takes the same amount of resources to craft the relic. No change there. But if you are like me and you play the market in order to advance faster than farming your resources, it's bad news, because unless you're making coin faster than 100% profit, okay, maybe a little bit less, in a year, you're losing out in real terms. And if you buy coin packs, you're absolutely stuffed. What cost $50 last year to buy the coins to buy the thing now costs $100 to buy the coins to buy the same thing. Buying coin packs is not a good idea. The question facing me and you, if you trade on the market for profit, is will resource prices continue to rise? I think the answer is yes. Warning! Dangerously Incompetent is not a professional prognosticator. Prices may fall as well as rise. The resource demand caused by the constant stream of crafting events shows no sign of stopping. Upgrades are always popular and they eat up resources. Targem is always under pressure to put attractive parts to be crafted and coin into seasons so that Gaijin can sell the battle pass, so that's a double whammy, extra demand and extra coins. The only way I see resource prices dropping is if the player base gets burnt out. We get fed up with crafting the latest OP thing only to have it nerfed next month, so we don't bother crafting it and resource demand drops. Or the player base gets fed up with seeing their net worth devalued year on year and starts complaining, and then Targem does something about it. Both of which I feel are unlikely. What am I going to do this coming year? Well, I'm not going to despair. Although making this video has been a bit of a downer, I've still got an inventory that is chock full of interesting parts to play around with. I can still make many varied and competitive builds and carry on playing. I can always go farming resources to craft, so I can craft new stuff, but I am going to leave off long-term investing as it rarely does better than 100% profit in a year. I'm going to stick to short-term profiteering, like flipping parts and paints and stickers and selling parts when they peak and then immediately buying back the resources in order to recraft them and secure my profit. Remember, there's always opportunities to buy cheap, and there's a never-ending supply of impatient players and to sell dear to and get a profit. So watch this space, join my Discord server to find out what those opportunities are. See you around.